evening, good day, good afternoon, good whatever time of the day it is, wherever it is where you are. This is Chess and Wine, and I am Edi Bila. And today I'm excited because we're going to be speaking to the current president of the National Schools Chess Association, after we've just had this very successful, successful for some, successful because it has concluded, successful because it happened. You see, players got exposed to such level of competition, players who are coming from far and wide all across South Africa, and it happened. So after that, I think it's best that we speak to the president and find out from him what he thinks of the performance of all of his provinces, and especially Eastern Cape, his home province. And we're going to be speaking about, his overall take of what's been happening in other provinces, the challenges that they're facing in development, like the three provinces that are at the bottom, Mpumalanga, Free State, and what else is that province? And Limpopo as well, home of Mr. Mahomo, the former president of the Chess South Africa. So we'll understand also the relationship between Federation and Schools Chess, and also we'll get to speak about the infamous Vicky Magoo, Gauteng Chess president who tries to take over everything uninvited. It's so funny. No, you're gonna get to see that all for yourselves. So yes, stay tuned. Yeah, we're just waiting to catch him on the phone. Like it's gonna happen just now. No. Thank you.
Drop the album, what's up? Yada, tell them shut up, yeah. Cause I need time, please, dog. And each bar is a timeless masterpiece, and it's hard to piece apart these thoughts.
Let's get to it then. We are speaking to... Right, the network allows, we're speaking to Mr. Fungile Ngqenga, the president of South African Schools Chess Association. He's on the line right now. Mr. Fungile, how are you?
No. I'm doing fine so far. And you?
No, I'm great. Thank you. I understand that we're having a bit of network difficulties, but we'll try and work through it. So I'm hoping that everybody's going to be patient with us and let's just get through this. So yes, before we get to anything, congratulations on yet another successful National Chess Schools Chess Championship. Well done on that.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much.
No. You are very welcome. And before I get started, let's just a bit of introduction, just to the listeners. May you please introduce yourself, just for a few seconds.
Yes. My name is Fungile Ngqenga, the South African Schools Chess president in South Africa. Yes, basically I'm coming from Eastern Cape. I've got a lot of experience in chess and in sport since USASA formation.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, awesome. Since USASA formation, what is the USASA?
By then it was the United South African Schools Association.
Say again, sorry. The network
was dealing with school sport.
So it was an organization before the SASCA.
Yes. The organization that ran sport, all the sport coding in South Africa, sponsored by government then.
All right. No, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's a very interesting point that you bring. It was sponsored by government then. Is SASCA, South African Schools Chess Association, not sponsored by government now? Or is it still sponsored?
Yes. Currently, Eddie,
yes,
the South African school sport is not sponsored by government. It was before. The reason is SASCA is an affiliate member of Chess South Africa. Remember, Chess South Africa has been suspended by SASCOG. Even then, before it was abandoned, government was not allocating money to Chess South Africa because Chess South Africa was not in good standing.
Oh, okay.
The persons who are there now were just granted leadership by court.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yes, of course, we understand that politics. But now, So it just means that, well, Chess South Africa was suffering. SASCA was also feeling the burden, feeling the pain or the hurt of Chess South Africa being not getting any funding. Is it to say that the 1.8 million that Mr. Mahomole was speaking about in the past interview we had, that was supposed to go into Chess South Africa, was also to accommodate or to fund SASCA as well?
Definitely. Definitely. Because in that money, in that allocation, South African schools chess is having a share of 800,000 from there to run their own tournament, to run their activities, to transport and to accommodate, to call meetings. It was all there.
Okay, so I'm sure that there was also a development fund that was meant to be coming from that as well, right? Like as part of that, yeah. I mean, as in like, because I want to understand that school sports deals mostly with development, like chess development.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. No.
That's why the Department of Sport and Education said, when Chess SA is fighting,
yes,
let us schools at least not disadvantage learners.
Yeah.
Hence, they are always having this winter tournament and summer games tournament. Only for learners, basically, not popping up a cent.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, and these have always been I think these tournaments, the nationals, especially these events, have always been the ones that we could always depend on to launch and show us great talent. That is, because we know that with others, the cost would usually hinder some of the players from taking part in such big events. But with this one, you've got great talents coming from deep rural areas, coming and getting a chance to show their skills, an opportunity to just compete on an equal plane with everyone. So yeah, this is always a great thing. One more thing. Just a bit of background. How long have you been the president of South African School Shares, Mr. Ngqenga?
Yes, after the passing on of our president, Thomas Lishelele, then I was now elected to be the acting president. I think it was 3 years back.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, no, thanks. And I understand that you're from the Eastern Cape. So you see now, I wanted to now quickly just jump into this issue of the Eastern Cape. I don't know, is this the first time Eastern Cape has shown such a great performance at the national stage, or have they done it before?
Many years ago, it was an individual achievement.
Oh, yes.
Not a team achievement. It was then, long ago, an individual achievement. But now, I think we have done a very tremendous improvement. The reason of Eastern Cape being improving, well, is the training of teachers. Developing teachers, the support from the Department of Sport and Education, the support from parents, the skillful coaches, and the trained managers. You know, that bring us so far, Eddie.
Yeah, but how did you manage to do that? Because I mean, like other provinces, I know they've other provinces wish to emulate what the Eastern Cape has been able to do, especially with this year. Because this is a result of a whole lot of hard work from the previous year or previous years. Because a team doesn't just show up and give such a great performance. I mean, I understand that everybody wishes that we could have the training for the teachers, because we know that if teachers are trained, the learners would. How did you accomplish that? Successfully getting the teachers to learn. Yes.
Thank you. Remember, immediately after our provincial tournament, I pleaded with the winning team to say that we have been dominated by Gauteng and Western Cape and KZN and Northwest for so long.
Yes.
Then I pleaded with the players to say, can you please, for now, do it for your president from Eastern Cape? Can you do it at least for number 3? I do appeal to you. Please, I motivated them like that to say, can you just show that we can do it.
Yes.
That's how then we landed to be on position 3 in 3 teams.
Yeah, the motivation.
The motivation.
Yes,
just to recognize the place where Eastern Cape is, because your president is there. Can you do it for your president? Yeah. I just uttered those words, trying to motivate them.
No, definitely. No, that's like I always say that motivation brings out whatever little skill that's there, and that commitment from the players and even the managers and coaches. Because that gave him a drive. It gave him something to work for. But besides that, now, is the culture of chess in the Eastern Cape at the level that we see it in Gauteng? Because I believe that Gauteng and Western Cape are at the level that they are because of the accessibility of chess. There's a whole lot of chess tournaments that are happening all over, and it's open tournaments, not just for juniors only. It's the culture of chess is alive in those provinces, and I'm thinking, I'm just wondering, do we have such now brewing in the Eastern Cape, as far as you can observe?
Yes, thanks. Yes, but we are not yet at the level of these 2 provinces you mentioned. Remember, our learners are mostly from rural schools. And then the parents of these players are pensioners. They can't afford to pay the monies that these tournaments are requesting, like in Gauteng and Western Cape. But we are trying to create clubs. For an example, in the Krisani, we are having now the club and we are playing leagues. But that is moving in a very snail pace because of money.
Yes, I understand.
Our handicap here, Andy, is because we don't have money to assist players to affiliate in these tournaments. That is the only handicap that we are doing. But we are trying to close the gap here. We are trying to close the gap here.
But now I'm expecting that there's some access to some government funding, or at least ideas towards that approaching. Because I don't know. I think isn't there a role that the government is meant to be playing or already playing, maybe in some other parts? Because just to mention, Vicky always, the Gauteng president, always mentions that they've got a very close relationship with the Department of Sports in Gauteng. And could that be something that is lacking, or maybe it's happening but at a slow pace in the Eastern Cape as well?
Yes. Look, yes. It's because recently one member of the Gauteng Sports Confederation visited Eastern Cape, just to show how should they work with the sporting code in Eastern Cape. Because here in the Eastern Cape, the Sport Confederation, I can say they are not joining the party in terms of assisting the sporting code. Even myself as president, I'm struggling to attend meetings, whereas I am appealing to them. But I hope after this visit from a member of Sport Confederation from Gauteng, maybe they will see what their role must be in order to improve the performance our sporting code in the Eastern Cape.
Yes, because definitely, I think, I think we need that in every province. But then again, now let's go back to national, as you're not only in the Eastern Cape, but the president of South African School Shares, which is all 9 provinces. How do you feel about the performances of all the other provinces, say from number 5 to number 9, or maybe just in general, the other provinces?
Your question?
The performance of the other. What's your take on the performance of provinces such as Mpumalanga, Limpopo, and the Free State, for example?
Yes, I'm very much disappointed on that. But basically, that was caused by some of the infighting of the structures in these provinces. Free State was very strong. Mpumalanga was very strong. But this year, basically the infighting because of the positions in these provinces vehemently affected the performance of the players. That was the infighting that caused this poor performances, of which the federations are attending to that.
So it was the infighting in the federation, not in the schools' chairs, right?
The infighting in the federation, then that affects the schools' sport, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Because again, if the federation is not performing, it's not delivering, because it's the federation that's meant to promote the sport in that sense. So I think the network is, yeah. All right. I see you back now. So I was speaking to myself for a few seconds.
Yes, I'm back. Yes,
Oh, yes. No, I'm glad. No, I'm just trying to understand now. Is like in terms of the roles that the provincial leaderships are meant to play in developing their provinces, their own provinces. Is there a check, like in terms of whether they are fulfilling, like for instance, the leadership of each of the provinces, say the leadership of Limpopo chairs, the leadership of Gauteng chairs? Is there a way of managing whether they fulfill their obligations, whether they're capable of fulfilling their obligations as the executives in the school sports, whether they're creating the relationships that they're meant to be creating? Because I understand that obviously if they are executive of the schools chairs in the province, they meant to work together with the federation. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, as SASCA, we are always having that evaluation form that we are sending to the different provinces to say, fill in this. Are your structures vibrant? Are your district vibrant? Are your clubs vibrant? Like that. How many meetings did you hold? How many tournaments did you play? We are trying to find that. How many schools are participating in chess, for an example?
Yeah.
We are always...
Sorry. Okay, no, I'm just waiting for Mr. Fungi to come back again because I don't want to ask a question that he doesn't get. All right. Sorry, you see, yes, you okay. I understand that you have obviously those checks for what are those forms that people must fill for checks and for checking if yes. Sorry?
Yeah, each and every year we can find out which province is not performing good, and then we are trying to intervene. But going back to what we don't have funds, then we can't assist by visiting the provinces to solve the problem. But we're having that checklist.
Yeah, but then now in terms of, because I think another reason why this, because I understand that these provinces, they definitely have some serious talents and some advanced players and teachers who are actually skilled at chess who are available to assist. If they win, would you say that maybe now the main issue that is affecting the performances in some of those provinces could be the lack of collaboration, of working together, I want to say lack of transparency, as in to say that there are people with the skill who are not aware that there's, number one, elections, whenever there's elections, so that they could avail themselves to be elected to serve in the said structures. And maybe number two, that lack of inclusivity. Because again, there might be a point. I mean, as far as you're aware, is there such a thing where there's a division where maybe there's one side pulling to the other? Like just now, in schools only, not necessarily between the federations and so forth. Like in the schools, like where you would think that you probably know of people who are skilled. Okay, let me just put it to myself like in this way. So I'm aware of some seriously skilled chess players, coaches who are school principals and school teachers who are working, and they're very good players, but have never been aware or made aware of elections for instance, for district executive committees, provincial executive committees. Is there a way now of ensuring that there's transparency around that whenever there's such elections, to make sure that the whole community of chess players, chess lovers is aware and they can be involved.
Yes, I can hear your input here. Yes. The reason is we as SASCA, we are sitting down every year to draft a year plan, what we are going to do. And then we send it to different provinces. And then the provinces cascaded it down to the circuits. Then you will find out that is not implemented fully in all the provinces. You will find out that the information that we are and the plan that we are doing and we drafted is not reaching some of the deep rural areas schools because of the ineffectiveness of some structures. Basically, what I can say now to you, most of our provinces, their district structures are dysfunctional, are not in good standing.
Yes.
They are operating in temporarily. Then this is the duty of the Department of Education to revive structures.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they are not currently joining the party, the department, because on the MOU, that is the Memorandum of Understanding between sport and education, the revitalization of structures is the role of the Department of Education. But currently they are not doing that. That's why there is a gap in some provinces to say they are knowing nothing.
But how would we hold them accountable? Because I find I see that there's the lack of accountability is the main issue. Because now when you look at because I mean we hold tournaments and we look at some young junior players that we come across that are all right, let me not even get to that. Like the lack of accountability. Because now I'm wondering, how is it that in the Western Province, for instance, or in Gauteng, as another example, we start seeing them showing that they are holding the circuits school selections around March, April. But then in our provinces, only when it's like a month before the nationals, then everybody is rushing to hold district selections, provincial selections the following week, and then the next week or two, it's time to go to nationals. Like how do yeah, because when they are rushing to do that, they leave a whole lot of players behind, because there are some schools that need to be made aware in advance so that they can prepare their teams and so forth. But then it's like in other provinces they hold it. It's like an urgent thing. Like, oh, we just found out that we're supposed to submit the results for districts next week, so let's hold the district championships this week, anytime between today and Friday. And then they hold them in the middle of the week without notifying. Like, what is? Are you, number one, aware as South African Schools Chess Association of such things happening in other provinces? And if yes, is there anything that you are doing to try and minimize such occurrences in the future? Because that affects the performances of the provinces.
Definitely, you are spot on. Let me give you an example. In the Eastern Cape, we are always holding our provincial winter games tournament in the end of May to June. The reason is the year ending is in April. From January to April, there is no money to fund school sport. After April, then the money comes in.
Okay.
And then they started now to run the schools. Then I don't know in other provinces what is the problem, but they are telling us that it is because of their year-ending budget. But then we have to come together and explaining these things with the two departments. It was really like KZN only did their provincial elimination on the last weekend before the coming weekend of the provincial tournament. You are spot on there.
Yeah.
It's because of our departments, because they have the muscle to fund this tournament. And therefore, they are dictating terms on us, therefore.
So
and that is the reason. We can see that.
I see. Okay, now I can understand that part. But now, again, You see, that's why we need the relationships between the sports confederations, the provinces, and the district sports confederations, and the what's this the federation and the schools chess structures. That deep relationship, I'm sure, can get us into the department and have whoever's responsible held accountable, because that is really it's poorly, it's affecting some of the provinces' performances very, very much so. Because now I'm wondering now, because I think we start depending, just to come back on that point, I think we start depending on the department, the district, or when we have to hold the districts and the provincials. But can we not now? Because I'm aware that for circuits, it is the schools that fund their players. For sub districts, yes, for sub districts, it is the schools that fund their players. Can we not hold those early, those lower levels of selections early for all the provinces, and then wait on the departments to come while the players that have been selected are aware that they're waiting now? Because we know, the thing is, the interesting thing about this championship is that we know that they're definitely happening every year. So we can't say we're not sure if they're going to happen this year or not. So we can't start making selections in April. You see what I mean? Do you think that's a strategy that would work?
No, that one you are saying, it's a noting part on our side. We have to note it and then we have to take it, because really it makes sense that let us depend on ourselves as circuit and the CMCs. Let's depend on ourselves, and then we hold these tournaments very early so that we just wait for the district only.
Yes.
Then that makes sense to me. Then it has to be taken on back so that we can present it on the Sport Confederation and also the Department of Education.
Definitely.
Thanks for that one.
No, yes,
thanks for.
You're welcome. Now, again, on the issue of elections, because there's like for circuits and district, maybe it's a district. Who's responsible? Who's meant to be responsible for holding those? Do we need the department again for that, or is SASCA National Executive responsible? Can they assist now in provinces, or is it provinces that are meant to? Because now, again, you said that most of these districts and other structures are interim, or just people holding for. Who are we waiting for to correct that?
Yeah. As I have alluded to first, according to the MOU,
yes,
the role of establishing structures, whether it's a circuit or district or what, it is the role of the department.
Okay.
They have to be part of the elections in the circuit. They should be there to take notes and then to embrace the new leadership. They should be there themselves. And also the member of the provincial structure, they should be there themselves.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we don't get assistance, because as SASCA at provincial levels, we don't have money. We don't have money. Honestly. Yeah. So that we can be proactive more than the department. Currently we don't have. But if for an example, we can have this Chess SA being democratically elected and the department allocate funds there, then we as SASCA, we can be proactive. Because of the allocation that we've got from Chess SA. Then definitely, I can assure you, we can be proactive.
Yeah. So now I'm thinking again. I'm just like all the issues that I've ever encountered with school chess come to mind. Like, how do we deal with having members, or maybe how do we ensure that it doesn't happen in the future, or is it something that, because we know as a democratic country, and we try to hold everything democratically, how do we deal with having members with no interest in chess being elected in the executive schools chess structures simply because they are teachers and they have been accompanying kids?
That one. I cannot 100% answering it. To say we some people with no interest are elected there. According to our understanding, when you are in the executive,
yes,
people have seen you as a capable cadre to do the job.
Yeah.
And passionate and knowing chess.
Yes.
Not only as a passion, but knowing how to play and how to administer a chess.
Yes, yes.
That is the requisite of somebody to be in the executive. Not just an ordinary teacher. Yes. I don't know whether I'm answering you.
No, yes, definitely you are answering. You are answering me very well, that we actually depend on the voters to be the ones that that know who they are choosing, right? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, they're choosing someone that they can trust. Yeah, no, that would be a very difficult one, especially being all democratic, and you find that in some instances it's but again, I understand that it's something that should start from the beginning, from early on, like from the second levels. The people that are chosen in the second level should be people that are active in chess, have an interest in chess, and they go up to the sub districts and to the districts to get voted and vote others. So I don't know, but yeah. So in terms of the this year's chief arbiter, Easy Chabadira. Can you say something about Easy Chabadira and how you work together? Because I see that you are the tournament director and he's the chief arbiter, right? Because we're speaking to him next.
Yes. Yes. No. In simple terms, Easy.
Yes.
Has met all the requirements of being the chief arbiter in that tournament.
National arbiter, top man.
Yes. No. We worked with him very well. Except that he belongs to Gauteng. Now, when he belongs to Gauteng, maybe in Gauteng, maybe there is a saying that a prophet does not being recognized at his home or at home.
Yes.
Yes. No, that is that now. But he's making the grade. He worked very well, and the decisions that he took there were very much informed, because like we do have an appeal.
Yeah, no, Easy is a very experienced arbiter. No, I know, I trust him. No, I'm just checking on your relationship with him. Like, no, I like his technicalities, his skills, definitely trusted. Yeah.
No, we are relating very well with Easy.
Yeah.
Because Easy is that kind of a person who's saying when he is seeing when we are dropping the ball somewhere somehow, he is not just going outside and spilling the bean about that. Easy will come to me and say, now here you are dropping the ball there and there. Can you please quickly fix that?
Yes.
Then exactly, that's what makes our tournament successful, because Easy is that kind of a person who is not like to expose people.
Yes. No. The Easy is a super great guy. Now, let's talk about the host. Who was the host? Is it Vicky Magu? Was Vicky the host or
who?
Let's talk about Vicky, the president of Gauteng Chess. How was it working with him now for this one?
Yeah. Firstly, it was not good. On the build-up of the tournament, it was not good.
Okay.
Vicky is influential in his province.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he intimidated us by saying we are not going to assist you if you are not involving ourselves in your program.
What?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. We are not forced. Remember, we are not forced to involve a hosting province in our program. We are not.
Yes.
But because of his intimidations, the Then we opted to go back to the drawing board and involved Vicky as the president of the federation. Because honestly speaking, we as SASCA, we are respecting that office of the president of the federation, not an individual.
Yes.
We are respecting the office of the president. Then we said, when Vicky, you have to welcome people in your whole as your province, and then we also included Miss Moodley as the school president. So from there, the working relations were very good. Vicky was cooperative, but I can say you cannot always say that Vicky is on your side.
You can't trust Vicky.
You cannot say that. You can't on it.
That's a very interesting bit about Vicky, because I know that he likes being in charge even when he's not supposed to be in charge. So that's why in the previous video I did say that it's being hosted, the championships are hosted by South African schools chess in Gauteng, not Gauteng. They are not Gauteng's championships. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, let me share something to you, because we're supposed to have an arbiters training workshop there, conducted by the reverse delegate from FIDE.
Yes.
Vicky was the first person to write letter to say, we don't know about this, we are not consulted about this, therefore it cannot be held on our soil without us knowing that. Then it ended up not being successful. And then also the reverse delegate is that person who is not having a very good backbone of standing his ground.
So, like, is that why the reverse delegate was distancing himself from the thingy, from the seminar?
Yes. Basically, because of Gauteng.
So he was involved in the arranging of it, and he just decided to step off when Gauteng intimidated him, probably.
No. Basically, we must have SASCA.
Yeah. Sorry? Reconnecting. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, you're saying
honestly, he did not publicize that. It was just in the mind of FIDE to have such training.
Yes.
Then we were told that it will be held during our tournament. Then we as SASCA trying to make our provinces aware. It was when that Vicky know about this, when we are alerting our provinces, please be aware. That might be such a training that will be a bonus to you. And that was an opportunity that Vicky took.
So I don't understand why Vicky would say that the reverse delegate is trying to make money off of people by hosting seminars in one group.
Really? But according to the reverse delegate,
yes,
this arbiters training is supposed to be sanctioned by FIDE with all the expenses. If we had informed them at least 2 months before or earlier, but our mistake is that it just cropped up and then they were not ready. Hence, they need such a huge amount of money.
All right.
But we will not stop. We will pursuing this arbiters training through FIDE.
Yes, because you definitely need to develop more teachers, develop more people in schools. The more of this schools chess leadership gets equipped, I think the sooner, the more efficient schools and provinces will run, especially schools championships. Because again, I understand that there's this funding issue as well, but I think it will do most of these provinces, especially the ones that perform poorly. a whole lot of good to have more other competitions for schools other than just this schools tournament that we have, the winter, other than just the winter games. I think I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying. That instead of school, like, so for Mpumalanga schools only having the ones that the championships,
only.
yes, they should also try to arrange others by other means, of course. You see what I mean?
Exactly. Yes, because currently, we are having 2 tournaments that are not sanctioned by the 2 departments. That is the all ages that we intend to hold in Bloemfontein and the top schools that we intend to hold in the Eastern Cape. Those tournaments are not sanctioned by the 2 departments. We have to make means on ourselves to hold this tournament.
More details on that, please. Can you give us some more details on the other 2 tournaments so that schools can be aware, like other players can be made aware?
Come again, Eddie.
Could you share some more details on the other events that are not sponsored that you just mentioned, top schools and another one, so that if others are interested in being a part of them, they could join?
Yeah, currently we are having those 2.
Which is?
Currently we are having the top and all ages.
Top schools, yes. Any more details on the top schools? When do they happen? How do selections go?
Yeah. We say top schools. Each and every province should bring at least 10 players from each age group, starting from 7 upwards to 19, for an example. Even in all ages, starting from 7 up to 19, 10. But our top schools will be in the first week of December in the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
Our all ages will be in October in Bloemfontein, where we also say those players who did not have chance to play in the winter games must have now the chance to play here, to develop them.
Is this a youth thing, or have they been happening in the past few years as well? The top schools and the old ages?
No, they have been happening. They have been happening, and they have been sponsored or sanctioned by the SASCA because of the funding that we've got from the department through Chess SA. But now we can't.
Yeah. Also, you couldn't. Were you able to hold them last year? The top schools?
No.
We couldn't hold them last year.
Couldn't.
Yes. So they haven't happened for the past few years.
Yes.
Are they happening this year?
We are going to force matters, Eddie. We are going to force matters for it to happen, because we don't want to fail in many years.
Yeah.
We are going to force matters. Definitely.
All right. No, I understand. No, thank you. Like, we've had, I was actually planning on having a 30-minute interview, and this is already on 41 minutes. Now, a message from the president to the provinces? Any last words? Like, could you just speak to your provinces as their president? Just a quick message for them before we end this.
Yes, thank you very much, Eddie. No, what I can say to our provinces, keep up the good work. Make chess a vehicle to equip learners in education. Rope in many schools to play chess. Because we can see that in many provinces, teachers say we don't know chess. That's why in our school chess is not being played. So then I am appealing on behalf of the ESCOM members to say, please provinces, reach out there, because we have given all the provinces the material, the chess clocks, the chess sets. They are there. The equipment is there.
They have equipment.
There. Yes, the equipment is there. Each and every year we are issuing the equipment. So please.
Okay. Sorry.
So please, make use of those equipment.
No, those are powerful. Make use of the equipment. Like maybe just a quick, like, the provinces get equipment this year as well.
Yes.
How much equipment do they get? How many equipment? How many chess sets?
28.
28 chess sets. Sorry. Hello. Oh, name God. All right. So we understand. We hear that there's equipment. You're saying 28. You're back. Sorry. Yes. You're saying 28.
28 chess clocks and 27 chess sets.
Okay.
Except to the Western Cape. Yeah. We gave Western Cape lesser numbers.
Because they already have.
There is yes, they are well developed, at least.
Is that something that they're getting every year? So there's also something that they got last year as well, right?
Yes, but last year what we did it by phase. We gave 3 provinces, and other year 3 provinces, and other year 3 provinces, because of the number of equipment that were given by the department. By this year, they gave us full set.
Nice, awesome.
I can commend them.
No,
they gave us full.
No, we're grateful to the department. We're grateful to you, and congratulations on hosting another successful event. Congratulations to you, sir, and congratulations to your home province for showing that with commitment, with work, with collaboration, man, we can achieve anything. Like, this is such a great achievement, and I feel so proud of the Eastern Cape, and I admire you as well for your efforts, because I think it's important that your home province shows up. Because
yes,
yeah.
Thank you very much, man, for involving me and to put me on board. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward for this so that we can see chess is being publicized. People know about what had happened in chess. Not only the good things, Eddie, that we have to share in the public, but also our failures have to be shared, Eddie, so that basically we can become strong.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
So we can invite everyone to work with us in fixing those failures and improving on those weaknesses. I think it's important that we do. We do get it out there. No, thank you very much. We'll continue this some other time. I'm hoping that we're going to get to have another interview sometime soon. It's been great talking to you, Mr. Fungile Ngqenga, the president of Thank you. Have a good day. Sharp. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
All right, this is it. Goodness, we did it. We had it. This is the interview with the president of South African Schools Chess Association, SASCA, after holding such a very successful National Schools Chess Championship in Gauteng. And you heard it. Vicky was being Vicky there for everyone to see. But this is it from Eddie. This is it from Chess and Wine. Thank you for watching. We'll analyze this and summarize it some other time. Good evening for now. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe